In August of 1901, the San Francisco office of the Selby Smelting and Lead Company was bustling. Their big smelter, located across the bay in Contra Costa County, between Crockett and Rodeo, was operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The refinery was smelting most of the gold from Alaska to Mexico. Gold nuggets, dust, and bars were pouring into the San Francisco headquarters. The gold bullion was shipped to Selby for smelting into coinage for the San Francisco Mint, as well as for fine jewelry. The precious metals and rich ore were shipped from the Embarcadero on the ferry Sinol to the smelters in Contra Costa County. On the 5th of August, 1901, over half a ton of gold bullion was shipped to the Contra Costa smelter. There were too many gold bars to all be stored in the smelter's new vault. The superintendent decided to temporarily move part of the gold bars into the old walk-in vault located in the lead smelter building. There were always 50 men working 24 hours a day who kept the furnaces operating. But when the old vault was opened the next morning, 34 gold bars were gone. Almost 900 pounds of gold was missing. At $20 an ounce, $283,000. At today's gold prices, around $17 million. The news rocked both the Bay Area and the nation. A hole in the bottom of the safe was an entrance to a tunnel. The short tunnel cut through the foundation of the building and exited 20 feet from the Southern Pacific Railroad tracks. A trail of red pepper led into the nearby railroad tunnel in honor of the beach, where 2 gold bars were discovered. For newspapers and the general public, it was clear that a band of daring criminals were met by a boat which spirited the gold and robbers to safety. A $25,000 reward was offered by A.J. Ralston, president of the company, for the capture of the criminals and return of the gold. Almost immediately, Sheriff Veal of Contra Costa and Private Detective Harry Morris got a tip. A former employee, John Winters, had been acting suspiciously. The sheriff, his deputies, and Morris found the Winters shack empty, except for mud-covered shovels, electric light, batteries, revolver, and a wheelbarrow. They marked the evidence and turned it over to Isaiah Lees, famous San Francisco detective who had been hired by the smelter company. Letters found in Winters' cabin led law enforcement to the home of Ida Spencer in San Rafael. Arrested and grilled by San Francisco detectives Isaiah Lees and John Seymour, Winters finally broke and confessed, but the fortune in gold was still missing. Were promises made to Winters? In any case, Winters finally told them that the fortune was sunk in the deep mud at the head of the Vallejo ferry slip. Hard-hat divers with grappling hooks supposedly recovered all the missing gold. The crime of the century was solved within a week. Most of the gold was buried in the deep mud. Winters received 15 years in Folsom, released in 7. Isaiah Lees claimed all the credit and all of the $25,000 reward. After a bitter dispute, the $25,000 reward was divided up among Sheriff Veal, the tipster Pete Donaldson, Morris, and the San Francisco detectives. Detective Lees died the following year. Harry Morris 11 years later in 1912. Sheriff Veal was the sheriff of Contra Costa County into the 1930s. On his release, John Winters disappeared from history. But for greed, Winters might have escaped with a respectable haul. He made 14 round trips, his wheelbarrow filled with gold bars. But time ran out when he lost the cover of night. Considering the value of gold today, it remains the largest theft of precious metals in our country's history. For Contra Costa, for California, for the nation, it was truly a moment in history.